Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Widow's Wine. First of all, what is it? But potentially more importantly, why are we being shown it now? For those of you that are unfamiliar with the situation, allow me to explain. IGN did a piece at Call of Duty's event, the Escape Room Challenge, at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and during the video, they showed this logo spray painted onto 4 wooden barriers. It's a spider with a kiss, lipstick kiss, on its back. They also, in the Escape Room Challenge, had bottles, and 4 of the bottles that you had to actually use in order to solve the puzzle and escape the room had the following logo on them. You can see it says Widow's Wine, you've got some grapes on there, all well and good, it's on a bottle, but you again have that same logo. That's pretty much all the information we have so far. Now, it would be very easy to speculate at this point and say, okay, it's called Widow's Wine. We know a widow is someone who loses their spouse to death and is left behind as the sole survivor of the couple. It's a wine specifically. It's got this spider on it with a kiss. It's spray painted on these barriers. What does that lead us to think? Well, maybe it's a perk, because of the shape of the logo, like I've said, which is related to the rebuildable barriers that you're obviously familiar with in the Call of Duty Zombies mode. Maybe, because it's a spider, it's going to do something like, maybe if you rebuild fully, a web will be woven around the barriers and it will make it harder for the zombies to break them down. Or potentially, because again, it's a spider, it's going to do something like, if the zombies attack barriers, it will give them a damage over time effect, a dot. It will apply that to the zombie, and the zombie will gradually take damage while it's attacking the barriers. Those sorts of things are completely logical steps to make from seeing the logo and seeing the position of the perk logo itself, assuming it's a perk, on the barrier. But, dear viewer, if you give me the chance, I'd like to talk a little more about why exactly we are being shown this. You see, I'm a little confused, because in the Shadows of Evil trailer, they made it very clear that they didn't want to show us any conventional perk machines. We've got our gumballs, and that's fine, but they are not conventional perks. They all do things that we're completely unfamiliar with in Call of Duty Zombies, and overall, the use of the machines is not what we would expect from a perk machine. And then suddenly, after they've shown us that trailer, and they've shown us the giant trailer, which also obviously features no perks, that's a cinematic trailer, so it's slightly different, but they show us the 2 trailers and make no mention of the perks themselves in the trailers, and then they decide, hey, we're gonna spray paint our new perk logo on a wall? To me, it just seems extremely weird. I think that the fact that they didn't show any perks in the Shadows of Evil trailer might mean that they're planning something special with the perk system in Black Ops 3. Now, we obviously had our perma-perks or persistent perks in Black Ops 2, and one of those, that sounded awfully like a what are those? One of those was the rebuildable barriers persistent perk, in which your wooden barriers became metal barriers. It meant that it took longer for zombies to break them down, and you essentially were a little safer. I digress. In Black Ops 3, I think that their aim, one of their real sort of design goals, is to take things we're familiar with in the past and put a twist on them. Things like this specialist system in multiplayer. Things like, maybe, the perk system in Zombies. Persistent perks were interesting in Black Ops 2, but they were so chaotic and muddled, and I feel like there's quite a good chance that they'll take ideas and inspiration from that system, but they'll completely revamp it for Black Ops 3, and that is part of the reason why I find this so weird. It's just, it doesn't make any obvious sense to me, and that's why I'd like you guys in the comments section to post some ideas. Let me know what you think, because we've been given, in summary, what looks like a perk logo, but might not actually be. For now, we'll assume it's a perk logo, okay? So, we've got a perk, Widow's Wine. It's the only perk that we know to be confirmed, maybe-ish, to be part of the Shadows of Evil Zombies map. The reason I say Shadows of Evil and not the Giant is because the Giant has the Deriz perks returning, we've heard that in the past, and the Shadows of Evil room, the sort of burlesque black lace room, is where this bottle was found, and where these barriers were found, so it's very much related to Shadows of Evil specifically. The question I pose to you is why now? Why are Treyarch showing us this now? Why are they being so specific? Why is it on the boards here? Do they mean anything by it? Are they just being Treyarch and being sneaky for no good reason? Am I looking way too far into this? It's definitely possible, but maybe, just maybe, there's something else going on here. Part of the reason I'm so interested, I guess, is because we've had all these teasers from Treyarch and Tom and things like that, Tom being Syndicate, that haven't really been direct teasers. And so I'm looking at every single possible thing that we get and saying, is this a hint to something bigger? Is there something else going on here? In Tom's video with the pyramid that I've mentioned, link in the description to the video if you're confused. With that pyramid, it's like, okay, that's a thing. Should I go really in-depth with this and try and figure out what is going on, or should I just take it as maybe an editing error or something to ignore? I took it as something that was very interesting, and you guys seem to agree, and I think that there might be something, I don't know, similar maybe-ish going on here? Maybe. Who knows? Gamescom is coming up, and Call of Duty will no doubt be present there, so maybe this is going to be tying into that as well. Maybe we'll get more information about the Zombies mode at Gamescom. That would be awesome. But other than that, I have been MrRoflWaffles. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like. If you haven't, let me know why in the comment section down below. And as always, I will see you in the next Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. Bye-bye.